Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of What I Feel Like Friday. And this week I want to celebrate an upcoming milestone I have. It will be 100 days of doing this new daily video format on Monday. And so, kind of rather than wait until next week to cover it, and since Monday is going to be a movie Monday, I'm not really going to, do a big old thing about it there. I figured I would just kind of jump the gun on it a little bit. I've already got the videos kind of planned out for this weekend and then Monday. So I just kind of want to celebrate almost hitting 100 days of daily video stuff, especially in light of another website that admittedly I'd never heard of this week, but the tweets were making the rounds that yet another site is dropping a lot of written staff to focus on video work. And while that is inherently kind of stupid because you do need writers to write your video scripts, typically, this is certainly like probably the third major kind of time I've heard of this happening in just the 100 days-ish that I've been doing this project, which was, again, inspired because I stopped doing daily writing because video is kind of the future. That's where the industry seems to be heading. So with yet another company kind of announcing layoffs to focus on video content, it certainly sucks, but it's also reinforcing that I'm maybe making the right call doing this. I certainly still need to be better about actually learning the whole editing piece of this, outside of just throwing in graphics here and there in my Trevor Performs the Drop videos. But it's still me doing. I'm doing almost double the work I was doing a lot of the time, because I am often writing for the videos I'm going to do, at least in the bare bones kind of notes. Even for a video like this where I'm kind of talking off the cuff about just what I'm feeling like, I spent the last hour or so probably like collecting and noting down all of the different videos I've done, because I hadn't really been keeping a log of doing that, and then I just made notes about like a whole bunch of the different little numbers I'm going to run down with you to kind of celebrate. So even doing something like that took a lot of written prep work before doing this part, the talking to the camera bit, and I do that frequently on, especially when I'm doing like reviews of something. If I don't write out a full written review version, I at least do like bullet points of here are the things I want to talk about when I talk about this in a review sense. So there's still a lot of written work going on kind of to feed into the video. The video ends up being the sometimes easy part of me just kind of sitting here talking to the camera for 10-15 minutes and then editing it down, whereas like the writing leading up to that is going to take another hour on top of it. So almost at 100 days, lots of hours gone into this, and for the most part, I'm pretty proud of what we've done. So thank you to everybody who's kind of at least tuned in for any bit of this, including you if you're watching this right now. Let's just kind of run through some of the things I've been doing. So to kick it off, Monday, as I said, will be day 100, Movie Monday. Over the course of the past few months, I've done 11 different movie reviews over Movie Monday, and I've done 2 massive movie rankings, ranking both the Fast and the Furious franchise as well as all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies up to date. So lots of movie stuff out there. The Drop is admittedly probably the dumbest little show I do, but it's also become one of the most work intensive that I do, because not only am I just collecting everything for the Drop and performing it and whatnot, now I've kind of taken that hybrid of what I was doing. Sometimes I was just acting out the Drop, but then other times I didn't have a Drop to act out, and so I kind of made up my own. And so now I'm doing a mixture of both. I'm reading what PlayStation usually provides, as well as kind of writing my own little snarky commentary on it. And then I've also started adding in and pulling down all of the box art to throw over on the screen, so you can at least look at that to get maybe a sense of the games that I'm talking about as I talk about them. So that has become jokingly my most polished product of the whole suite of stupid things I do. So I've done 14 different drops in that period. I was doing the drop a little bit before I started doing the daily video stuff, so I've got more of them out there. But that includes, one of my favorites that I did was a mini or a special edition drop for the SNES Classic Edition that got announced. When that announced, I went through and kind of ran through all the games that are coming to that console. Wrestling Wednesday, that's probably been one of the most diverse shows that I've done outside of this What I Feel Like Friday, of course. But I've talked about, pay-per-views and kind of recaps of pay-per-views. I've done like little opinion videos of, don't somebody please, dear God, hinder the gender or something like that. I've reviewed old pay-per-views, like going back and watching WrestleMania X7 with like a modern lens. I've done prediction videos, and I attended live events when they came here through Phoenix over the 4th of July weekend. So there's been a lot of fun wrestling content. Weirdly, one of my videos on the Punjabi prison match, when I went back and rewatched the last Punjabi prison match before this most recent one, is one of like the most highest performing videos that I've done in this period of time, and I'm guessing that was just some good solid SEO, people Googling that and wanting to see maybe the actual match and instead finding my little reaction video. So oops, sorry if people were hopping in there and then just saw this weird guy with 8-bit glasses talking about it. On TV Thursdays, over the course of the last few months, I've reviewed 8 seasons of television, so lots of binge watching going on there. On What I Feel Like Fridays, those have probably been have been probably my most consistently best performers. A lot of them seem to strike a nerve and maybe get like a little bit of shareability with people relating to what I'm saying in these videos. So that's always very touching and moving and heartfelt. And admittedly, one of the coolest moments I had was when I did the Ham for All little video and challenged Alex and Ben and Moises. Not only did they all respond in kind and do their own little videos, and shout out to all 3 of them, but I was surprised later that week when one of my friends tagged me in a video that the actual Hamilton like Twitter account and Facebook page had put together that had me and my little chunk of my Hamilton rap in there with people like J.J. Abrams and apparently a whole bunch of Jane the Virgin actors that I don't really know. But yeah, that was just cool, and to have like friends in my old theater community kind of see that and see that like I was in that. That was just a really neat thing that came out of this whole endeavor. AC Discovery, my anime and comics show on Saturdays. I reviewed 3 comics early on, including Love is Love, American Alien, and Batman Hush. But then most of that series so far has been me reviewing about half of the series Death Note so far. But that's been a ton of fun. And yeah, I got probably a few more episodes of that to go before I hop back into maybe some other comics or move on to my next anime. And that's certainly been like one of the most eye-opening ones, because these are the art forms that I haven't really partaken in ever in my life. So introducing myself to them has been a ton of fun. And then lastly, of course, kind of what got me started doing all of this is my gaming stuff. Over the course of the last few months, I've done like 5 full game reviews. A lot of the Sunday shows have been kind of just responses to like what I've been playing or early impressions and stuff. Like talking about, like, I'm never going to review the Crash Bandicoot games, but I did kind of give my impressions on, my introduction to them, stuff like that. And then, of course, I went and got to do E3 this year, which was mind-blowing and exciting, and I put together 12 videos from or about E3 while I was there in Los Angeles, which was a ton of fun. It was an incredible experience to get to go do that and kind of take the vlogging on the road for the first time. That was interesting and certainly had its own challenges when the crappy hotel Wi-Fi wasn't working, but I made do and I worked around it, and yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I've got kind of upcoming, I'm a little dreading, I've got a back-to-back trip, one to PAX West here in a couple weeks, and then like a week after that I'm doing like a work conference up in Denver, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to best handle those experiences, whether it's kind of pre-recording videos like I did for while I was at Kinda Funny Live 3, or if it's going to be kind of taking the laptop on the road and just doing videos there, like in my hotel rooms at both events. We will see. That's still to come, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what the last 100 days have looked like in a nutshell. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who's followed and supported, and kind of, obviously people aren't checking in on every video, and I totally understand that. But thank you for checking in on the ones you do, this one included, and I'm excited to actually hit the 100-day milestone come Monday. But I wanted to kind of celebrate it now, a little bit in advance, because it's been certainly a journey, and it's been an exciting one, and we will see where we go from here. I've already got kind of a few of the next videos kind of mapped out of what I'm going to be talking about. Like, obviously I'm going to be watching The Defenders this weekend, and that'll be my next TV Thursday video. I'm close to finishing Undertale, so that's most likely going to be this Sunday's video game video and review. And yeah, so tons of good content still coming up, and I'm very excited and proud of a lot of the content I've put out in the videos and whatnot. So thank you again. Here's to the next 100 days. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends. It took me like 3 takes to do that. I should be much better at this by now. 100 videos in. I should be able to just kind of do that off the top of my head.